welcome to We Need Answers, the quiz show where the questions come from you, the public, via a text answering service. Give me a quick cheer if you're in the public. Yes, the public's getting pretty oversubscribed, huh? But if there's one thing the public are good at, it's supplying questions. And we'll be asking questions tonight to celebrity guests. I'm Mark Watson, I'll be your host. Just about to turn 30, but plenty of life in the old dog yet. I think 40 is more of a turning point. I'm not hosting it on my own, though. I've got two men to help me. The first of these men on the technology is Alex Horne.
Hi, Alex. Evening, Mike. I'm on the technology.
Yes.
Just turned 31. And I thought I'd use some of the technology, this bit, to demonstrate the concept of the show. Nowadays, if there's a member of the public, which there often is, if they have a question, that's a member, we don't know which one, but if he has a question, you can text it to a text answering service. For example, this man is a tragic figure because he's lost a squash partner in an awful collision. Pile-up. And so he might wonder why has this happened? So he'll text the question why to the text answering service. We've teamed up with that service, so we have access to that question. We can come along, pop that question on the television, instantly it becomes less tragic, more entertaining. And that's the core of the show, and it should hopefully affect the man in a positive sense. He's sort of chin up.
He looks a lot happier.
Well, look at his eyes.
Yes. There we go. So that is how questions work. We've got a whole load of questions. And we're going to ask them, or rather our question master is going to ask them to the contestants. Let's meet that question master. He is Tim Key. Now, every week our questions are collected around a loose theme. Tim, can you tell us this week's theme?
Nature.
Nature. There we are. Well, that's going to be interesting. One of the oldest themes, really, nature. It's almost as long as you can remember there's been nature around.
Just to add a couple of details, Alex has made a little graphic here. Nature. Giraffes, beans, fatigue, and then obviously what nature is. I mean, nature.
Nature. Nature. So there'll be questions tonight about, for example, giraffes, fatigue, beans, or nature itself.
And also fishes.
Men and women.
Men and women. So grass. What's the long grass with the
pampas grass?
That's it.
Yes, because anything can be nature, pretty much. The fact is, nature affects all of our lives, is everywhere. We're all involved in nature to some extent, whether we're walking around it, looking at it, just being in it, trying to conserve it, even. By now you'll be watching thinking, I wish we could meet the contestants. Good news, Busters, we can meet the contestants!
Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants.
Yes!
Let's meet the contestants. Yes, let's meet the
Well, our first guest tonight is a very, very clean woman. She goes poking round people's houses to see how clean they are. But she's not the slightly frightening weird one. She's nice. She has a no-nonsense, sexy Scottish look. She's been on Oprah in the USA. Now she's on We Need Answers in the UK. It's Aggie Mackenzie! Aggie's opponent tonight is the first gay activist in this series of We Need Answers. That's right, an activist. She cleans up people's houses, he cleans up the world. He made a citizen's arrest on the famous tyrant Robert Mugabe. He released a load of condoms into the dome of Westminster Cathedral. What the hell will he do here? It's Peter Tatchell! These are our contestants, excellent trousers in at least one case. But you might be thinking, how are you going to score this thing? Well, stop worrying. Here's how. For an answer which matches our text answering service, 2 points. For an answer which bears little or no resemblance, no points. And at 1 point, if you're somewhere in between and you're quite right, which is, you know, it's not good enough, but it's quite okay. We're pretty much ready to play. I think the first round, as ever, is called Burning Issues and Fiddly Questions. Tim, are you ready?
Yep.
Alex, are you ready?
All set.
Let's play We Need Answers.
You've arrived. Here I am. Hello, Aggie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
So, all these questions are from members of the public. So let's have a look, shall we? Question number 1. To you, Aggie. When I die, can I donate my body to a zoo to feed, for instance, the lions?
So that's been texted in by someone who's thinking about making the best of it when dead.
OK, so it's you who's asking this question, isn't it?
No, it's come from a member of the public.
Basically, the body's not up to anything, is it? And nobody's interested, and you're thinking maybe the lions might be.
It's not. I can't say. I wouldn't say it's right per se.
You can't really say it's right or wrong because you didn't really address any part of the question.
I'm going to need an answer. Give me a proper answer.
Okay, no.
No, it's right.
Oh, she's got it!
2 points.
Oh,
Good. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to donate your body to a zoo to be eaten by animals. The zookeepers don't want them to get a taste for human flesh. Peter, how are you, old friend?
I'm good.
Are there any horses in jelly?
I would say that jelly is made of gelatine.
Oh!
I would guess that there's quite a bit of horse in a bit of jelly.
It's right!
Yes! And the jelly was first eaten by the Egyptians, but they've gone on to do other stuff.
Aggie,
That's me, yeah.
what is the... Have you ever been to Sheffield?
I have!
Well, you'll like this one. What is the ratio of man to leaf in Sheffield?
Is that man, woman and child or just man?
That is man, woman and child.
Well, ask the question properly.
That is the question as written, Agatha.
Is that the leaves of a book?
No, it's
Or leaves on
That's
trees?
you are, if I may say so, Aggie, sometimes you're deliberately obstructive. Oh, there we go.
Here we are. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Well, Aggie, you were given a copy of the regulations of the show, and 2D. Don't argue with the question master, and also remember, if you must try to answer the questions correctly, £5 fine.
Look at that. So, just to clarify, Aggie's been fined £5. She's in contravention of the rules of the show.
So, Aggie, we're going to need an answer. What is the ratio of man to leaf in Sheffield?
All right, 100 to 1.
100 to 1, goes across. Peter?
I would say 250 to 1.
It's quite right. It's 9,506.
Yes, 1 point.
Peter, this next question is a gross question.
Oh, dear.
This is disgusting.
Are you allowed to ask this kind of question?
Sort of.
Is it very dirty?
This is horrible.
I don't make these graphics or have anything to do with them.
Disgusting.
Yeah, gross.
That is pretty gross. Pretty gross. So, Peter, how long can a cockroach survive after its head has been cut off?
I would guess that they will probably survive maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes?
Ooh. It's not 15 minutes, it goes across. What do you think, Aggie?
Do they not grow another head?
I doubt it. You can't grow another head.
Well, worms do, don't they?
But cockroaches aren't worms, are they, Aggie?
No, but they're even more resilient than worms.
They are more resilient. You're wrong as well. A cockroach could live for a month without its head. So, Aggie, this question is in 2 parts. What is the lowest calibre gun that can kill a hippo?
Right.
And how many potatoes can you fit in a mini?
So that's been texted in by a member of the public that woke up and thought, I've got a hell of a day ahead of me today.
Is the answer to the first one a 2-2?
It's a .375 Magnum. So,
Oh, that's just what... that was my second choice.
well, in future, maybe in the quiz, sort of skip over your first one and do your second choice.
That's a good tip, thank you.
They're generally stronger. And
many potatoes?
these spuds.
If we're talking small new potatoes or bakers.
Maris Piper!
Do you know what I mean?
I would say standard potatoes.
Okay, in that case, 4,320.
Yeah, it's quite right. It's quite right. Oh boy,
I need to get all the facts before I can give you that answer.
Peter, how long would it take for 2 rats to become a colony of 1 million?
So we're looking at either sex or recruitment by the rats.
I will guess 9 months.
Ooh, double it.
18 months.
Yes!
Yes! And that's the end of the round! At the end of an eventful first round, opinionated cleaner Aggie Mackenzie has 3 points, but well out in front with 5 points is Peter Tatchell. Alex, can you help us to analyse what we've seen so far?
Unfortunately not. I got slightly bogged down in the first section. I was I'm working on a few spin-offs for your show, Aggie. Your wildly successful show, How Clean Is Your House, which, as you probably know, focuses on dirty houses. I've come up with a new way, a new show, a new form of the show for unbelievably clean houses, but it uses the same words in the title, so it should be the same cost. This one is called Your House Is How Clean? So you'd be a more incredulous presenter. How? Or there's one for farmers. Farmers are traditionally quite dirty people, so this one you'd wonder, how is your house? How is your house clean? The last one is a sort of mystery version of the show. A mystery version, you might have left the house and you come back and someone will say, your house is clean. How? There was no one there.
Thanks, Alex. Not so much analysis as ideas for new shows, but it will certainly do. Alex Horne. The next round is all about our contestants, so let's find out a bit about them. Peter, I'm concerned about you sometimes when I look at the stuff you get up to. For example, you got sort of walloped on the head when you went to Russia for the Gay Pride. We know this because we looked it up on YouTube, and it's one hell of a wallop. What's going through your head? Do you sort of think you're going to be hit here?
Sometimes you're in situations where you don't know what's going to happen and who's there, and in this case, some neo-Nazi wingnut came out and gave me a right bashing.
Well, the wrong bashing, I would say. Now, Aggie, there's a remarkable fact about you, which probably hardly anyone here knows, which is that you used to work for MI6.
Yes, no, I thought I was going to work in the Foreign Office from college. I did languages. And then on the first day, this guy took 5 of us into a room and said, this isn't actually the Foreign Office, it's MI6. And you think about it whether you want to stay or not.
How long were you a spy for?
2 years. I mean, I was a secretary. It wasn't exactly...
You were a secretary?
Kind of armed with a gun.
That's a bit disappointing. My mum's a secretary. She doesn't normally call herself a spy. Now, the next round is called You or Him / Her. And the way it works is that all the questions are questions that have been sent in by the public to our text answering service on the subject of tonight's contestants, Aggie and Peter. Each player can choose to answer a question about themselves or, for double points, risk answering about their opponent. Everything clear? Yes. Let's play We Need Answers.
Back.
Hello, Aggie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How is your chat?
Fine, thank you.
Aggie.
Yes.
These questions are all about you or him? Would you like one about yourself or about Peter?
No, I think about Peter. I'll go for
Okay.
double points.
Double points. Tactics from Aggie.
What is Peter Tatchell's ideal evening, given that he's got all of his protesting out of his system for that day?
So you imagine Peter's had a hard day of activism, he's been smacked in the noggin, he's gone to A&E, what now?
Watching a film.
No, it goes across. Peter?
Well, as everybody knows, I rarely relax.
Yes.
I will probably go on and that evening organise the next protest for the next day.
Peter is a gay activist Chuck Norris and so never rests. He continues to fight the forces of tyranny at night!
It's correct!
Yes, Peter!
And it's true!
It is true!
Last night...
It's Peter Tatchell, Peter Tatchell, Peter Tatchell, clutching his satchel in his hand. It's in his hand. It's in his hand. He's clutching his satchel in his hand.
Peter, would you like one about yourself or about Aggie?
I'll have one about Aggie.
Why not? What did Aggie Mackenzie sign in the 70s, please? Peter?
A marriage No, I'm just throwing out some ideas. A marriage contract, maybe?
Think aloud. Think aloud.
Maybe a contract with MI6. I think I'll go for the marriage contract.
Marriage contract is wrong. What is it?
Official Secrets Act. You were
almost there.
Oh, you're pretty close. She signed the Official Secrets Act when she worked at MI6.
It's 2 points to Aggie.
Yes, here comes Aggie, clutching her baggie in her hand.
Aggie, you or him?
Well, I'll go for
on,
me.
treat
'cause it's
yourself.
too hard. Yeah, it's too hard doing Peter.
OK, Aggie.
Yes.
When she was working for MI6, did Aggie Mackenzie ever have to sleep with a guy, then get a code out of him, and then shoot him with a gun that was disguised as a pen, and then keep it all a secret?
Do you need the number of times that happened? Or just whether it happened?
I need the number and the names of these gentlemen you were slaughtering.
Okay. It is precisely 0.
It's right! Yeah! Peter, you or him or her?
I'm going to vary this role play. I'll go for myself.
Oh, there we are.
Why not?
Challenge myself about myself.
Is Peter Tatchell an anagram of petal chatter? And if not, which letters are we over or short of? Peter?
Petal chatter.
Petal chatter.
Well, it's got 2 R's, which is true.
Well, that's 2, yep.
It's got 2 E's.
Quicker, please, Peter.
But I would say no, because it needs to have 3 E's.
It's right!
Yes, he's got it!
Aggie. You or him, please?
I'll have another Peter.
No, have one about you.
Oh, all right then.
Does Aggie Mackenzie have a cleaner? And if so, is her life a misery? Oh, that's it!
That's everyone! And at the end of a fiercely contested round, Aggie Mackenzie has 7 points. Still, out in front is Peter Tatchell with 9 points. Alex, do you have any analysis for us?
No, I was just analysing it, and then I found a stray picture in my hard drive. It's odd. Something's wrong with this picture. Aggie, there's something wrong with it.
Everything.
No, there's twice the number of normal hands. There's 4 hands. Whose hands are they? Whose hands? They're my hands.
Thank you, Alex, for that piece of analysis. It's now time for this week's physical challenge. Every week at this point in the show, we take a break from the boring old questions and set the contestants a gruelling physical challenge based on a particularly intriguing text received by the text answering service. So, Alex, can you reveal this week's text, please?
Yes.
I know feet aren't as good as hands, i.e. they can't grip, but can they do other things, e.g. feel shapes? This is someone who could be bothered to write i.e. and e.g. in text and knows the difference between them. Well, the answer's clear. Of course, feet are as good as hands. You can do all sorts of things with your feet, but what we want to find out is how good our contestants are at using their feet as hands under pressure, for example, in a restaurant situation. So, since this week's theme is nature, as I'm sure none of you will have forgotten because we've been very loyal to that theme, we are going to do the only thing we can logically do in the circumstances and quite simply make our contestants identify 4 vegetables with their feet. The points will go to the contestant who is most accurate in identifying their vegetables in the allotted time. So to invigilate these proceedings, can you please welcome back, as a waiter, Question Master Tim Key. There we are. And,
Can I ask a question?
Of course you can.
Is the soup a clue to the vegetables that will be placed at our feet?
Sorry, madam?
Are the ingredients in the soup?
The ingredients in the soup, I can't really tell you those. You've got to identify the vegetables under the table.
OK.
All right, madam.
There we are. I mean, sometimes Tim's character slips a little bit. There you are. So, players, you will have a minute known as the Vegetable Fondling Minute, or VFM, and at the end of that, you will have... Well, Tim will give me... this will be fine. OK. Peter, how are you with your feet normally?
I'm fairly tactile with my feet.
And Aggie?
Not at all.
There we are. So it looks as if Peter's got the advantage, but we don't know. The only way we can find out is to play We Need Answers Physical Challenge. Tim, will you please serve the vegetables?
Yeah, madam.
The game still needs some refining. So here Peter's being served.
Excuse me, Peter. You can just move your little foot there. OK. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
There we are. So from now on, the contestants feel the vegetables, and straight away a sort of shriek of alarm from if you're watching in the studio, you can encourage.
Get me over.
You can encourage your favourite player if you like, but you might want to shout, for example, "Feel them, Aggie."
Yep.
Or if you want to put off Aggie, you might want to shout, "Don't use your feet well, Aggie."
Sorry, madam.
Right. There we are.
Hello, Peter. Broccoli. What? Broccoli.
Ooh, Peter confident he's got broccoli under his table.
Broccoli. Any others, sir?
No.
Spring onion.
Sorry?
Spring onion.
A spring onion. A scallion.
Scallion.
Oh, thank you.
Wait,
Sorry,
in the way
1 second, love. Sorry. Hello, sir.
Maybe an aubergine.
Maybe an aubergine.
Maybe.
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 Oh, maybe.
Maybe an onion.
Oh.
Waiter!
Yes, Mom!
I can't find the other one.
Got a carrot
Is it
here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
And the time's running out. Feel them. Feel them for all you're worth.
I've got one more to get. I don't know what it is. I'm having a clue what it is.
And that's time up. And now it's time to find out how accurate accurately our contestants palpated the produce. First of all, we'll have Aggie. Aggie, according to herself, detected the following vegetables with her tootsies. A squash. Pumpkin is a squash! So far, Aggie has named one and she's scored one. Let's see what else she's got down here. She claims there was a spring onion. Do we have a spring onion, Alex? Oh, it looks a bit like one, but that is in fact a beetroot, is it? Beetroot. Next, Aggie claims to have identified none other than a carrot. Is there a carrot there? Yeah. And last of all, not surprisingly, after the talk about fruit and veg, Aggie claims that she witnessed with her foot a tomato. Did she?
You're making it up. Never said tomato.
Well, did you say parsnip?
No.
Then you didn't get that because that is a parsnip. So after an unsurprisingly controversial we find that Aggie gets points for carrot and pumpkin, so Aggie gets 2. We're now going to find out whether Peter can trump her fondling of vegetables. First of all, Peter, understandably confident, claimed that he had felt broccoli. Was there broccoli? One looks pretty broccoli-like. It is broccoli-like. It is broccoli. Next up, Peter boldly claimed that he had had an aubergine on his plate. Was there an aubergine anywhere?
Yes!
Yes, there was!
My goodness!
Peter went on to suggest to the waiter that there had been an onion present. Was there an onion?
He might be thinking...
Of a pepper.
Pepper.
Last of all, then, Peter reckons that he had a tomato. Was there a tomato?
No.
Not unless you call that a tomato, which we can't, in all conscience. And that means that each of them has got 2 vegetables right, which means that the physical challenge is a draw, 1 point each. Well, we now come on to our final round, the quickfire round. Now, this is a buzzer round, so the first thing we'll do is to test your buzzers. Can you just hold up your buzzers and test them? First of all, Peter.
Tatchell.
And Aggie.
Aggie.
There we go. So all questions in this round are for double points, and the quiz is over when Aggie and Peter's heads clash on the screen. Ready to go? Then for the final time, let's play We Need Answers.
These are all quick-fire questions, so quick as you can. OK. Do giraffes put their heads down when they wee?
Tatchell.
I would say that they do.
Do no. Goes across.
They don't.
It's right! Yes!
Just got it.
Do butterflies have orgasms?
Tatchell.
I will guess that they do.
It's right! Yes!
Yes!
Who was taller, the actor who did Chewbacca or the actor who did Darth Vader?
Aggie.
Darth Vader.
No. Peter?
The other one.
Yes, it's right, Chewbacca!
He's worked it out!
Go, Peter. Is Suffolk behind the rest of England?
Tatchell.
No, it is to the east.
It's right, they're not!
Yes!
What is the most common cause of fires on a building site?
Tatchell.
Smoking.
It's not smoking.
We'll give you a clue.
Open wide.
Arson.
Arsehole.
Yes, it's right!
And that's the end of the round. And the end of the quiz. And so we come to the end of the contest, and as usual, the scores will be revealed in reverse order. So tonight's runner-up, second, which is the good news, but second out of 2 is the bad news, with 16 points. Not bad, but not quite good enough. It's Aggie Mackenzie. And in the tradition of We Need Answers runners-up, Aggie will be presented with the clogs of defeat by Tim and invited to trudge off stage, clumping as much as possible. Tim, please present the clogs to Aggie. Shoes off, Agatha.
Clogs on.
Clogs on, I think, Aggie.
And silence in the studio, please, as Aggie leaves as clumpily as possible.
Clump off.
So Aggie leaves. A bit more clumping,
Dejectedly.
please. A bit more clumping, please. There we are. The melancholy sound of a We Need Answers runner-up. But for every runner-up, there is, of course, a winner, almost by definition. And tonight's winner, with an impressive haul of 22 points, is Peter Tatchell. So, congratulations, Peter. You've won We Need Answers. Straight away, you get the choice between the We Need Answers plate or the We Need Answers dates, which is sort of more a packet of dates, really. What would you rather?
I think I'd like the dates.
He's gone for the dates. There we are.
And where are they originated from, can I ask?
Oh, it's all about...
Because ethical consumer, you know. Ethical consumer.
Shame, really, because the plate was quite ethical. But, does it say where the dates are from? Where would you be comfortable with the dates coming from?
I suppose Iraq. They'll help to rebuild the country.
I think that's unlikely. I think, A, I don't think they are from Iraq. B, it's going to take more than dates, mate. So, Peter, those dates of yours are safe. Nothing can take them away from you until such time as you do decide to eat them. But your winning might not be over yet, because I am now going to invite you to join me as we play the bonus round, the House Prize Showdown.
Very tall up here. You know I believe in equality. Maybe you should come and join me on the
Well, this would
box.
be unprecedented in We Need Answers history, but
Cool,
yes,
we could squeeze on together.
This is
Sure we could,
amazing.
yeah.
Yes, we can get on that.
Yeah. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah. Fine. There we are. Well, here we all are. And I think for the purposes
Happy families?
well, sort of. These days, yes. But I think probably we should get down at some point just so we can actually do the House Prize Showdown.
So, I mean, yeah, we'll come down. That was a lovely glimpse of what the future will be like if you get your way. We'll all be a bit crushed. So it's now time to find out a little more about tonight's House Prize, which, as ever, is an actual possession from one of our houses. So, Alex, can you tell us where the prize came from and what it is, please?
Yes, today, you're lucky, Peter, it's from Tim's house.
Oh, yes,
Tim's
got some absolute crap.
It's a video recorder and printer set.
The video recorder is less broken.
So an exciting opportunity here for Peter to win two things from Tim, and from Tim's point of view, an exciting opportunity to get rid of them. But it all hinges on Peter getting this question right. Here we go. You ready, Peter?
Yes.
Tim, can we have the House Prize Showdown question, please?
I choose.
Well, sort of. OK. Peter.
Here we go.
Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Can we get... Have you got some atmospheric...
Can we have some suspense, Alex? Yeah.
OK. So, Peter. Does the Queen have Sky Television?
Does the Queen have Sky Television?
Yes, the
Does
Queen,
the
the
Queen?
popular monarch, the Queen.
I'm certain she must have Sky Television. You know, she must love... I think she's a Sky type person.
I have just offloaded one printer and one VCR! You're right!
And so Peter Tatchell is the We Need Answers winner. And not only that, but he wins the VCR and printer set from Tim. Congratulations to Peter. Thanks and commiserations to Aggie and Mackenzie. You've been watching We Need Answers with Mark Watson, Tim King and Alex Horne. See you next week. Goodbye.
Go to the BBC Comedy website to watch more from the We Need Answers team with the fiendishly addictive celebrity name game, No More Women. Next tonight, though, stay with us for more comedy from Charlie Brooker. He's right here to tell you all about it himself.